Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I decided to switch it up a little bit and actually bring you guys a food video. I'll be teaching you guys how to make my new favorite recipe by far. It is this bad boy right here.
Oh yeah.
Fully loaded vegan nachos. So good. For those of you who don't know, I actually am vegan. I've been so for about 2 years now. The one question I get asked the most is, what do you eat? This is something that I actually experimented with the other day, and I shared it with my boyfriend and my sister and her boyfriend, and they all loved it. So I thought it would be a good one to share with you guys, and hopefully you'll enjoy it too. It is healthy nachos, and that sounds completely insane because nachos are usually associated with junk food. But I wanted to give a healthy twist on it. So what I did was I actually baked tortilla chips instead of just buying the pre-made ones that are just deep fried and saturated in oil. I specifically designed this dish to have toppings that were healthy whole plants. So it's packed with a bunch of fiber, a bunch of protein. After I ate these nachos, I felt amazing. I actually had energy after eating these. And I bought all of the ingredients at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. So now we're gonna jump into the recipe. I will go ahead and list down below the different steps that I took and also the different products that I use, so it'll make it easier if you need to reference it later. Get a big pot of water and bring it to a boil. And then we're gonna take these steamed lentils I got from Trader Joe's. Take the lentils in the package it comes in, and you're just gonna drop it in the hot water and let that boil for about 5 minutes. So next we're gonna start cooking our beans. I'm just using these organic black beans that I got from Whole Foods. And you could use any kind of beans you want, really. You can use black beans, pinto beans, whatever you prefer. Add heat to the beans. Then I'm gonna take these green chilies I got from Trader Joe's. These are fire roasted diced green chilies. So I'm just gonna throw these green chilies in with the black beans. As these beans are heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the corn. And I just got this frozen bag of roasted corn from Trader Joe's. So instead of the oil it says to use, I'm actually gonna be using vegetable broth. This is a much healthier alternative when cooking, because having a lot of oil while you're cooking just adds a lot of unnecessary processed fat that you don't really need. Heat this pot up. Add a little bit of broth just to coat the bottom. Throw this corn in here. Let that heat up. So it's been 5 minutes. Just take these lentils out. Drain this water and remove the lentils from the packaging. And then what I'm going to do is add this Trader Joe's taco seasoning mix to it. This was really cheap. This was like 79 cents. To add this seasoning mix to the lentils, and it's really gonna elevate it. And lentils are a great alternative for meat. It has a lot of protein, and it just has this really hearty flavor that's gonna bring a lot to the nachos. There's actually a lot of seasoning in this package, so I'm only gonna be using a little less than half of it. So now that we have the lentils and the beans pretty much done already, all we have left to finish is the corn. To finish this off, once it's all heated up and everything, I'm going to be adding some Pico de Gallo. And this is basically chunky salsa that I got from Whole Foods. And you could use pretty much any salsa you want. You could even make your own homemade. Just add like tomatoes, onions, cilantro, and just drop it in there with the corn. And at this point the heat's off now that the corn's already cooked. Mix that together. So that's pretty much it for the stovetop items. Let the lentils and the beans sit here and be covered so they keep warm. So next we're gonna bake the tortilla chips. What I'm gonna be using is these organic corn tortillas I got from Whole Foods. Just cut them into fourths and then put them in the pan and bake them at 400 degrees for about 7 or 8 minutes until they're a nice golden brown. Just lay out the tortilla pieces like this and make sure there's space in between them as well. Also, if you have a pizza cutter at home, it makes it a lot easier when cutting these up. Or you can just use a knife that you have in the kitchen.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cody. Happy birthday to you.
Next, we're gonna make a vegan sour cream. So this is completely dairy-free. First, I'll be adding this Silken tofu, and this is 12.3 ounces. I got this from Whole Foods, and you can use any kind of tofu, but preferably the Silken kind, which is the softest one out there, because it gives it that nice creamy texture. So once we have the tofu in the cup, I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze 1 full lemon. Next, I'll be adding half a teaspoon of this pink salt right here. Then I'll be adding half a teaspoon of this granulated garlic powder. And half a teaspoon of this dried chopped onion, or you can use onion powder as well. Add 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And the final ingredient is going to be 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to put this on top of a processor. You could also use just a blender, a regular blender, to mix all of this stuff together. After you're done blending, it should look something like this. What I did was I actually put the sour cream in this little squeeze bottle. I got a set of these on Amazon. Now we're ready to go ahead and stack up these nachos. I'm going to be adding some sliced black olives, and I'll also be topping it off with some sliced jalapeños. If you like a little bit of a spicy kick, I definitely recommend this.